I almost want to question those guys. Like, why are you not dating women your age?
Because women their age won't put up with their shit.
I don't care about the top 10, the top 5, or who the best is. Money straight, my fam straight. I'm George straight, that's Texas. Angel wings on a Lambo. Praise the Lord, that's a blessing. Bentley truck like Lex Luger. Yeah, nigga, I'm flexing. I'm Richard Sherman, I back it up. And your mama, I stack it up. Hey, Poppy, yo, Gotti. Swear to God, I rack it up. Still Jersey, that's all day. You go, boy.
Let's go.
Cannon.
Ooh, we got different sound effects too.
Yo.
Let's go. Ew, it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. It's not the Mina Mendoza show. It's the U-Goboy Podcast.
U-Goboy.
I'm U-Go girl. I'm U-Go girl. We got extra special Yahtzee guests. We got the beautiful. I'll let you introduce yourself, babe.
Hi, hey everybody. I'm your favorite Minx, and we are here for the all-girl show tonight.
All girl. And we also have a remote guest out here making things happen. We got the beautiful and talented Ash Lazu. I don't think I've ever pronounced your last name, babe.
Ash Lazu, you're right.
Who also has a podcast called Exposed with Ash. Yeah. Let's go. So this is very different. I feel like, it's not our show. So it's like, balls to the wall. I just go crazy.
Or do we behave? Or do we have to behave?
Right?
No, we are not behaving.
Let's go. I mean, we got some topics based off, just to give everybody kind of like a rundown of how this all happened. So U-Go had a show with Chris.
Yep.
And what is his friend's guess? Because I know it was Chris and someone else.
It was a friend of his. I don't remember his name, but he had a longtime friend of his come on the show.
Yeah.
And it was an all-guy show talking about relationships and the different perspectives, from married perspective to single, very single perspective, newly single perspective. And that now it's our turn to do the same thing.
Ash, you know his name?
No, I forgot.
Yo, but we're here in spirit and we're making this happen, okay?
Yeah.
So, all right. I know U-Go sent us a couple topics, and based off the show, I guess let's start off on the first one. So it says, Cheesecake Factory girl. And do we all know what we're speaking about here?
Do we?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right, just want to make sure.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so anybody who is watching with us who doesn't know what it's about, I believe it's Shorty went out to cheesecake, or she didn't want to go out to cheesecake, like it was above her standards.
Right, under her standards. So she went out on a date with a guy, and I guess they pulled into the parking lot of Cheesecake Factory, and she went immediately on this little. Well, I got to be careful what words I use, because you're going to immediately know my opinion by the words that I use. So she went on her own explanation of why she felt that was beneath her, especially for a first date.
Wow.
And it obviously went viral, because should that be excusable for a first date?
So she didn't go?
No, I believe they didn't.
Oh, wow.
But she was late for the original date. So she was an hour late, where he made reservation somewhere else. She was late, and then she got upset that the second option was Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Ash, for clarifying
Oh,
that.
yeah, I didn't know that. So see, that's a whole different level of that story completely.
Wait, so why were they late?
Because she was getting ready. I followed the story. I remember, because I was so upset for the guy, because he was such a gentleman. And he was so sweet, where it was just he was explaining himself. And yeah, I researched that story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So can I give my opinion on that? The word I want. She went on a tirade as if she was so entitled to feel a certain type of way about, first of all, in today's day and age where it's hookup society, no, if someone is making the attempt to do something, first of all, apparently they have the hugest menu There's no way you couldn't find something you couldn't like on there.
It's like a Bible.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
Like there's something for everybody there.
For real. I'll be stressed if I was the chef. Like, damn, I just made Asian. Now I gotta make fucking Italian. Now I gotta make a cheeseburger.
So I really felt like that was really wrong of her to do.
I mean, Ash, how do you feel about it? I guess what could we all say? Do we like Cheesecake Factory?
I'm not a fan of Cheesecake Factory, but I wouldn't do all of that. I would suggest something else.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I just think like, yo, she act like Cheesecake Factory don't got top shelf liquor. Like, I'm just saying, like, we can make this like bougie,
right?
Not the bougie we want. And I get what Ash is coming from. Like, it wouldn't be my first selection of restaurants, but I wouldn't be upset. If anything, I'd be like, yo, Cheesecake Factory, why you want to take me here? Put me on. You better put me on to something. Let me know what I don't know. But I wouldn't like not go, you know? I want to like a margarita and some appies.
Yahtzee.
I mean, I've only been there once or twice, so I think for me, if you're really trying to go on a date and get to know somebody, I would want to know how loud is the atmosphere. Like for me, it sounds like it would be loud there. So that would be, huh?
I've been to Cheesecake before, that's why I'm not a fan. And the food's, to me, it's the food's okay. But then I went to Grand Lux, and Grand Lux isn't like a sister company. Yeah, and I loved the food there. So, I don't know.
It's like, all right, so if we were to compare the Grand Lux to Cheesecake Factory, it's like buying a Camry, a Toyota Camry to a Lexus. They're made by the same people, just one has a different name.
I guess, yeah.
And different look and style.
Yeah.
But question is, would y'all go on the date though?
Of course.
I would go, right?
Can't wait.
Yo, I'm sorry, but to the girl that was talking bad shit, I was like, I feel like that was like too bougie. And like, watch you now go on all like shitty dates forever. Like, everybody's gonna remember who you are and be like, nah, yo, I'm taking you to Applebee's, okay? Like, we're going there. We're getting the 2 for $20 now because you want to talk so much shit. Just saying. I think that's horrible. That's embarrassing, and I feel bad for the guy. Like, you know, like what's your average appy price at Cheesecake?
But that also shows the type of person. Like, I also seen somebody that got so upset that a guy brought her flowers, and it wasn't in a vase. He just gave her flowers. So she's waving it around like, what am I supposed to do with this? So it's just the type of woman. There's some that are appreciative, and there's some that's like, yeah, no, do better. And do you want to marry somebody that's like, do better? No. Like, girl, bye.
I don't like that because I feel like, damn, like, I don't know. I that's not nice. That makes me feel sad. You know, like, I hope that guy gets all the dates in the world. You know, I hope Cheesecake Factory gives him all the gift cards. So he can go on all the best dates.
All the best. And the best seat in the house.
Right? Fucking, I don't know. I don't agree with that. Like, and I'm pretty sure, you know, everybody's entitled to their own standards, but like, don't belittle the person or belittle the restaurant. You're a hater. You feel me? What was the Drake line? Cheesecake?
Oh, I don't know.
He was like, you ain't gotta go with me to Cheesecake. Nah, Drake had a song.
Oh my God.
I know I'm not bugging. He was like,
Ooh, no.
yeah, yo, all right, we're gonna come back to this.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to this though. But he did have a song. All right. This is kind of spicy. And I actually have experience with this one, but I want to hear from y'all first.
Okay.
What is your preference with height? Can you date someone that's shorter than you or your same height?
Who's gonna go first? Okay, I'll go
I'll
first.
wait for Sally.
Okay. Yo, I'm done. Look at Steve. Yo, I'm done.
Well, all right. So my ex-husband was extremely tall, like basketball tall. He did play basketball. And
shit.
To be honest, I'm starting to think that is he was an oddity because I have yet to meet or date anyone who is any taller than me at all. I mean, like, you know, I can't wear heels. I can't even wear like an inch boot because I'm taller than them.
Because they don't want you to wear heels, or
no,
you
just
feel
because
comfortable?
I don't want to. In my mind, nobody's ever said anything to me, but I don't want them to feel like my stature, because I obviously when I walk, my stature is very tall. You know what I mean? Like I hold myself in a way that I do seem taller. People, I'll look at pictures of me and be like, "Wow, you're so tall." I'll be like, "No, I'm not. I'm 5'4".
I'm dead.
And but I have not met, like, where did all the tall people go?
All right. So does height matter?
Does height? No, it does
No.
not.
Ash, what about you, babe?
It doesn't matter to me. But my best friend is a guy, and he's short. He's like, I think we're the same height.
Okay.
But when he's my dance partner, so when we go out, I wear heels. I don't care.
No shit.
You know, and we have a great time. But I noticed there was one time when we were at the bar, he was, you know, trying to spit game to these few girls. They were having a great time. So I was off in my own world. And at the end of the night, when the lights turned on and he stood up and started walking away from the bar, the girl was just like, "Oh no." And he was like, "Yeah, I know I'm short." And I was so angry for him because she was like, "Yeah, sorry." And I was like, "Stupid bitch." Like I grabbed him and like,
Savage.
Off the bar. And I was like, "It's fine." I said, "There's nothing wrong with you."
I'm dead.
But it does. I've seen it firsthand where it's just like, yeah, women put an emphasis on height for some reason, not realizing that he's successful. He has all his ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Together.
He's a patch. He's just short.
And that's a shame, because that's just something that they've, you know, the same way like society makes us think we have to have like a size 2 body, we have to have a guy that's, you know, as a man's man, and that means they have to be 6 feet tall, and that's a shame, because we're gonna be left out here. You can keep looking.
I'm not against. Yeah. Go ahead,
they
Ash.
made that knee surgery
to extend.
Yeah,
That's for small people, Ash. That's extreme.
but
That's extreme.
for men,
Yeah.
don't they think 5'3", 5'4" is short? So they are getting those knee surgeries to kind of give them 4 extra inches.
That's a lot. I've
seen that.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That makes me feel bad. It's like, yo, you gotta extend your knees.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm not against someone's height. The father of my child, he's my height, and I'm pretty short. I'm 5'2". And I remember it was a moment of my own insecurity where, like, I was insecure about it. And, like, I remember it was my friend who put me in my place. Because he was doing everything right. It's exactly what you said, Ash. Like, he had his shit together. Not anymore, but no, let me stop.
Savage.
Let me stop. But I remember we were on the phone, and I guess I would just always say, like, yo, he's this, but he's short. And I always ended it like that. And then she was like, Jazz, she was like, Mina, like, she was just like, honestly, everything is sounding so positive, and then you say that negative thing about him, and I feel like that's not even an insecurity of his. So that's more like your insecurity. And I was like, damn, like, but it's like those real moments where like your friends keep it real with you. At first I was like, what? Fuck you. Like, shut up. Like, but then I was like,
Savage.
no, like, she's being honest. Like, that is my insecurity, and I didn't like that. Because I'm like, that's not cool. Like, I'm bringing someone else down. And that's when I started looking at things different. And I'm like, it really just depends on who you are. Like, are some people going to feel like that? Yes. Might just have to do a little bit more game. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I can say. Like, there's hope out there for people that are short. And I feel like as you get older, I think it's like an age thing. Like, we start to see things differently. Right. Ask me this question when I was 16, I'll be like, hell no. But now I'm like, I see things different. I lead with empathy. I don't know. If I were to ask y'all this question 20 years ago, 15 years ago, no. 10 years ago, would your answer still be the same?
Yes.
Okay.
I've evolved as a person.
I've evolved. And that's fair that you're honest about it, you know? That's how I feel about it. And like, you know, that's just not nice.
So I have a question now.
Let's go for it, Ash.
The same way how height. My question is weight.
Weight?
Yes.
What do
Because you know
mean?
how there are some people, like, I will not date him, he's too big. And same thing with men. I won't date her, she's too big. But there's always some type of exception.
I mean, I dated a bigger person than me before. Like where they were like that, like that's how I met them. I don't, to me, I feel like obviously aesthetics matter. People look good. I'm attracted to you. It's the personality, man. It's the personality, and you gotta be able to get me in a way that, like, I don't know, it just gets me. The only thing I could say, like, if you're overweight, I just want to make sure that you're not gonna die. That's my main thing. No, for real, Ash. Because if you out here, like, then it makes me, like, worry about you. And I feel like you're not taking care of yourself. God forbid something bad happens to you. You know what I mean? It's stress. Like, if you care about your partner, it's gonna be stressful. That's why I feel like that's where I have to, like, step in. Like, hey, like, you know, that's my underlying thing. Just, I want you to be healthy because I want to make sure we could be together for, like, long term, if that's the scenario, you know? How do you guys feel about weight?
So for me, I think it's a little bit different. I've always been larger. So I've always felt I needed to be with someone who was larger than me.
I always forget about that. Like, you were a whole different person.
Yeah. Like, you know, I was 333 pounds. So I felt like I needed someone who was larger than me so that I didn't feel so big.
Yeah.
So to me, it's always been a bigger person. And, you know, he had to be taller. So, you know, I felt like roly-poly. I mean, that's like the best way to describe it. So, but I was also married for a very long time. So it's difficult for me. But my first husband, he was tall, but like skinny as a pole. So that was weird. So it was weird hugging him because your arms like go all the way around.
Yeah,
I'm
like, dead. Like, I picture you cuddling in bed with him, trying to wrap your legs, and it's like you got your whole shit wrapped around his whole body. So fragile. Fragile.
Exactly.
Wow. Ash, what about you, babe? How you feel about that?
It never mattered to me. I'm most attracted to people's minds.
Let's go.
If you can hold a conversation, if you could keep me laughing, you got me. You know, and now with my husband, let me tell you, I could sniff him. I'm like, ooh, I love you.
Savage. Okay.
But it never mattered to me. I know when I was, 14, 15, I dated somebody who was really big. And I remember the whole school made fun of me because they were like, ew, why him? And I'm like, you guys just don't get it. He's funny.
Listen, it's not for you, it's for me.
Yeah.
Period. Let's go. I'm with that.
Right, but that's really cool. You've known yourself that long.
Yes.
Wow.
Ash,
I remember crying.
What do you mean crying? Why were you crying?
I remember I was in 8th grade.
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. But I did cry in 8th grade because this kid likes me. I won't say his name. I still remember his name. And he liked me and he asked me out.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah. And then I realized what I did. And then I'm in the bathroom crying and say, I don't want to be his girlfriend anymore.
Oh, savage. Sally out here playing with people's heads, bro. What the fuck, Sally? That's mean.
Dude.
Savage.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible. But I've always said that I'm very vain. And I've told Ash before, like, there's particular people I'll be like, I'll never be seen in public with him. Like true story.
Savage. How'd you break up with him? You imagine she ignored him. She just never said anything to him ever again. Savage.
I remember I was in high school and this one kid.
This is wild.
He looked like a camel to me and I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't. I tried.
Savage.
Like a camel. Yeah, his face, like, I don't know. He just looked like a camel to me. That's like how I remember him. I couldn't do him. We were at somebody's sweet 16 He was my date. He used to ride his moped from Montclair all the way to my house to come visit me. That's how much the kid liked me. And I remember being at the Sweet 16 and be like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, so if you want to dance with somebody else here, go ahead, because I'm going to do the same thing.
Oh my
Savage.
God, yo, he was crying, riding his moped home.
These are true
Savage.
stories.
Yo, I'm dead. Yo, I'm dead. Yo, Sally.
But I've evolved. I've evolved since
She's
then.
evolved.
I have been seen in public with the one I said I would never be seen in public with.
All right, hold on. I got a spicy question. It's not part of the questions we were supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
Because I am curious. You know,
Okay.
I'm curious. What is the most toxic thing you ever experienced with a partner? Yo, I got my story, but I want to hear y'all's first.
Okay, give me an example. Wait, everybody's over here. Like, give me an example.
Nah, your best example, the most
Like-
toxic thing ever that you can share, obviously, you know? Ah, shit.
Mina's over here putting holes in the walls.
Nah, my story is wild, yo. I will always.
I don't think I ever did. No, I'm just the okay. Like, I don't get toxic. I just walk away. And then I have a broken heart for a little while and I move on.
Okay.
And then I meet a hot boy in Wawa.
Oh, shit. What about you, Ash? I'll go first. Set the tone.
You go first.
I bet. So, I always remember, yo, fuck this ex, yo. I hate this ex.
Savage.
Like, you know what? I don't hate the person. I always say, like, using the word hate is a very strong word because I feel like when you use the word hate, that's when, like, I feel like you could literally wish death. I can't do that. But I do not like this person at all. So, I remember one time we were in an argument. This was, like, years ago, bro. Like, freaking a long time ago. And I forgot what happened, but obviously he had some shit on his phone. And I was like, yo, let me go through your phone right now. And he was like, I bet. Yo, he resetted his phone in front of me. I swear to God.
Yahtzee.
Like factory reset the
Oh my
iPhone in front of
gosh.
me. Like straight up.
Yahtzee.
Straight up. No, I'm not kidding. Like,
Wow.
straight up. I remember that moment. I was always like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, yo, yeah, go through my phone. Here. It says bienvenido. It's like, you know when
It
your
was that
iPhone
serious.
restarts and it's like giving you all the salutations like, welcome,
Yeah.
bienvenidos, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, are you fucking kidding me?
How often did he do
Yo,
that?
so fast. He was taller than me, so I couldn't reach it.
Yahtzee.
That's the real reason why we don't go for tall ones anymore.
Yo, but I always remember that, and like now I can laugh about it. Back then I was just so mad because once you factory reset that shit, you can never get that shit back.
Wow.
I was so mad. I broke his phone.
Savage.
I was like, yo, you want to fucking, you never use this shit again. Yo, I remember I broke it.
Oh,
was so
I did
upset.
throw his Wii against the wall.
Okay. We're not saying what you did,
Oh,
Sally. We're
okay.
saying what they did. Like, yo, that's my toxic situation. Oh, man. Oh, I could give y'all stories, yo. Jesus, like wild shit. But that's mine.
Oh, gosh, no.
Well, all right. And passing the baton.
Pass. Who's next?
All right. So, the most toxic thing that the other person's done, or that
Yes,
I
Yeah.
the other person that you've seen the other person that you don't mind sharing, babe. Obviously, like you don't want to be upset, you know.
No,
Something
it's
you can
just-
laugh at now.
I have a whole era of toxic 20s,
Oh shit.
so it's like it's a
TT,
tit-
toxic 20s.
Yeah, it's a tit tat.
Ooh, she had to take
shit.
a deep breath for that one.
Dug in the crate.
I'm trying to keep it like PG-13.
Okay.
All right. So there's this one time, I won't say who it was with, but this person I was with, he was just texting so many females, and I was getting tired of it because it was always right in my face. So I told him one day, either figure your stuff out or I'm gonna take it into my hands.
Mhm.
He said, do whatever you want. So I did. And I went, you know how like you peek over somebody's shoulder and you find out their password?
Yeah.
And this was back when you used to swipe the patterns. So I used to practice. And you know how you write it on a napkin? Right? I did all of that. And found out his password. And I text every single female in his phone. Like a selfie and like, he's with me. Just so you know. And I'm not going anywhere. And I deleted all the messages.
So he didn't know.
But then he called me the next day, like, you do know they responded. He didn't even get mad. He was like, I don't know what they responded. What did you send?
Listen, somebody hacked your shit. I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't me.
I was like, yeah. So
It wasn't me.
Yo, fact.
Did I tell you?
You lied. You lied anyway. You know, so what do you want?
They made a whole song about it. It wasn't me.
It wasn't
Yeah.
me, bro.
Yahtzee.
Yo, men are
Yeah,
fucking
that was our
toxic,
toxicity.
bro. Yo, Ash, that's crazy.
All right, so I do have one that the guy did then. So I was dating someone during COVID, and he was living with me. And I remember I was taking him home so that he could see his family for the weekend. And his phone was connected to the Bluetooth in my car.
Oh, shit.
And his phone kept ringing. And I was like, who the hell thinks they could call? I don't even call him. Who the fuck thinks they can call him so much? Because it kept ringing. So because it kept coming up on my Bluetooth, I memorized that number on the car ride to his parents. The next day I texted the number and I was like, you know, this is so-and-so's girlfriend. Do you think you're his girlfriend too?
Oh, shit.
And she's like, I'm his girlfriend. I've been his girlfriend for the past 6 years. I was like, darling, where do you think he's been for the past 3 months?
Savage.
Oh, my God.
Oh, they're still together today, by the way.
Savage.
Oh, God.
Yo, guys are dumb. I'm sorry, you go.
Savage.
You're not dumb.
Some, not all. Not all.
But yo, the thing is that guys are toxic, but the way they go about it is so like not strategic.
No, I feel like the toxic guys ruin it for the good ones.
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
Because they're not all like that.
That part, 100% Ash, 100%. They're not all like that. It's just wild, crazy to me. Like when I hear these stories about like toxic men, I'm just like, oh my God, like. And it's always like you'll have like such a pretty ass girl, and like the ones that they cheat with is always like,
Those are the ones that are down for anything.
yo, right? What is it that Jersey Shore called them? Grenades? No, they weren't grenades. It was
A meatball.
meatball. Wait, was it a meatball? Wait, I think it
I
was,
have no idea.
No, they were called grenades.
Grenades, right?
Five clingers. Yeah.
grenades. That shit was crazy. All right,
Wait, but if we talked about red flags for guys, what about the green flags?
for guys.
Do we
Yeah,
even know
like,
what green
instead of
flags
toxic,
are?
what has been a
Oh,
great?
I can tell you right away. My green flag, if you just let me feel what I need to feel.
Validate.
Yeah, like if I'm upset, don't question why I'm upset. Just support me in how I'm feeling, and like don't give me an attitude back. Like that's a green flag for me, because I feel like a lot of people tend to take things personal. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, why you mad?
Yeah.
Yo, why are you questioning why I'm mad?
Yeah.
Just give me a hug. Make me feel better. You know, like why you mad?
Yeah.
Why you
No,
gotta
when they
ask
get
me
mad,
like
that
that?
you're mad.
Huh?
When they get mad, that
That
you're
you're
mad.
mad.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So like a green flag is someone who sees that you're upset, maybe not understand your emotions, but lets you feel what you need to feel. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Do you think that we are so far gone that we don't even know when it is a green flag and when it's just what it's supposed to be? Like, you know, what base level is versus a green flag?
I don't know. I feel like I notice just good things, and when I notice good things, I'm just like, nah, this is different.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every time I go through something bad, it's so bad that I literally tell myself I don't ever want to go through that again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if I'm seeing those type of bad signs again, I'm like, yo, I'm out. Like, nah, yo, like, I'm good. But if I see green flags, that's where I'm like, that's when I start like putting myself in check. Like, I don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
Let me stop doing stupid shit, or like let me stop trying to figure out how to argue with you or some shit like that, you know. I don't know, like,
Or ask stupid questions like, Are you really this much of a sweetheart? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are your, what are Ash and Sally? What are your green flags?
see, that's where my question comes in. Like, I'm not sure, because is my idea of a green flag what the baseline of what just human decency should be? Like, asking how you're doing and not getting upset if I'm upset. Like, is that a green flag, or is that something that is just baseline? Is it going above and beyond by doing those things?
I don't know, babe. Only you could answer that question for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think green flags, it's more like the same thing like red flags are. Red flag tells you need to run. Green flags mean I'm safe here.
So
I'm validated. I feel good.
So it's not necessarily a specific act. It's the feeling that
Right.
it
Or
brings
actions
out.
that are like, oh, okay, this feels good.
That's a great way of putting it.
Ash, what are your green flags?
Respect.
Ew.
Respect is a big, I'll salute you to that one.
Yes.
If I feel respected, whether I'm angry, sad, respect is a big thing for me. And if I feel disrespected, that's when my red flag come out. So I need to feel respected.
I agree. Respected. Let me feel what I want to feel. And Sally's was, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure.
I feel like Sally didn't even give a valid. You didn't even give one. You just
because I'm trying to figure it out. Listen, I'm newly single. Still going through the whole divorce thing. So I'm still trying to figure out. I just know that I can give you the reasons why I left a whole marriage. So I'm still trying to figure out what those green flags are for myself.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's a new journey. That's a nice journey.
Yeah.
Facts.
To rediscover yourself.
Yeah.
All right, let's transition real quick.
Ooh, this is a good one. That's a great transition. If we're going to do the next one.
Yeah, I guess you introduce us.
Okay, so the next topic is women dating as they age versus men dating as they age. And that's a perfect segue because I am newly single, and I love that I'm not considered. Ash is the mom of the group. I am not the mom. But not by age, just because that is her personality. She is our mom. If you need anything, you go to Ash.
Yo, facts. Ash saved my life.
Yeah.
Yo, saved my life.
But I love that you consider me the big sister, that you don't go in her room without permission.
Yo,
I love that. I am older. I am getting up there.
What am I, the child? Like, who am I?
Yahtzee.
You're that fun younger sister that I get to finally hang out with because you're an adult, and we're going to do all the crazy shit that our mom sister won't let us do.
Oh my God.
Like in group chat where she's like, no, we shouldn't do that.
I'm sad. This is funny.
That's me.
Okay.
But my problem, so I'm going to be 49 this year. We're planning my 50th already, but it's a whole new world. I think part of my problem is that because of my lifestyle, the way my personality is, I have a young mindset. I feel like I'm young at heart. I don't look like a typical 50-year-old. So I don't attract my age, and I'm not attracted to older people. So it's really difficult to date my age.
So you're not attracted to any older guy?
I've yet to find an attractive man my age.
Wow.
I say yet. So I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I've yet to find someone attractive that I find attractive my age.
Okay. It's going to be a goal. That's going to be a goal. I feel like guys that are in their 50s are attractive, They just got to, I don't know.
They got to take care of themselves.
That part. You can't, let yourself go and, I don't know, but I also don't want to offend the people that get older. But what about you, Ash? How do you feel about that? Dating as a woman who ages compared to a man that ages, dating, how different you feel about that? Do you feel are they different?
I don't know. I haven't dated in over 15 years.
Oh, shit.
Well, so I want to bring back so I did see this part of the show where the guys were talking about it, and they feel that as a man ages, their dating pool is still as big or even bigger because as they get older, their career is supposed to be more solidified.
Yeah.
They have more money, so it opens it up for them, right? Whereas a woman, regardless of whether or not her career is taken off, she has more money, it becomes smaller. I kind of agree with that. But I feel as I'm getting older, and I found this to be very true most recently, it was difficult for me to find anything in common with someone because of the age difference. So it wasn't so much that it became smaller because there was an age difference. It became smaller because I have very little in common with this person.
Okay.
Because personality wise, like, you know, I don't ever feel like I feel out of place with you guys, and you guys are significantly younger than me. You know what I mean? But I don't ever feel like I'm out of place with you guys. So it's not personality wise. It's not, you know, spirit wise. But this one person I did meet recently, there was like nothing else other than I like to look at him.
Okay.
Yahtzee.
I don't know. I feel like guys, as they get older, they tend to date younger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a thing. I feel like throughout any generations that we have been involved as a human race, that's something that I did notice. Not as all, no, guys. But I feel like that's a thing. Like, you know, like, guys date younger girls. And women date younger guys too. But I feel like when I think about, like, the general population, I feel like, I don't know, am I bugging?
No.
No, right? Like, I feel like it's like a thing. Like, you know, like that's why I'm like, oh, like, I almost want to question those guys. Like, why are you not dating women your age?
Because women their age don't put up with their shit.
There you go, Ash.
Savage.
There you go, Ash. Bring it out.
Just like that. Just like that.
Period.
It gets me angry sometimes. I feel like it's predator behavior.
A little bit.
You lived your life. You're in your 40s or 30s, and you're going after somebody who just hit their 20s. What are you doing? You have a kid. You had a wife. You did all of that, and they're just getting out into the world. What are you doing? What's your real intentions? Yeah.
That's what I'm like, all right. I just hope that the woman is into it the way he's into it, because I look at it, in the end of the day, that guy's just gonna get older, and she's, you know, gonna become of age, and as this person gets older, you know, you gotta deal with that man's health problems.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Savage.
Like, yo, if he gets a stroke and can't move his face, you're the one taking care of him.
Yeah.
You're his wife, you know? So that's why I feel like that's where shit gets interesting. Like, I feel like we only get to see the level shit. Like, oh, vacations. I'm out here with my young wife, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right, what about when you get sick, though?
Savage.
I want to know what that looks like.
Savage.
See, that's another thing. Now that I've gotten older, I want to be a partner. I don't want to be a caretaker. So
Yeah.
if that's what you're looking for, yeah, that's not going to happen either. So it definitely becomes more and more difficult because I'm looking for someone to share my life with, not to be your second mom.
That part.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I've never dated someone older than me. And I've never... I don't know. I look at it from like that perspective, but I don't want to assume so much. I just look at it like the way it looks like from there. I don't know. She's interesting. I'm looking at these topics. I'm like, I
just feel like the dating older or younger, like if a man is getting a younger woman, so quick story.
Okay.
I was in medical school for a little bit, right? I got my medical assistant certification, and one of my teachers dated a student. She was, I want to say 22, and he was 38. I had a problem with that. I didn't like it. I felt that she's just getting started with her life.
Yeah.
No kids, like, you know, she's getting her certification. Now is your time to go make your money, have fun. Instead, I feel like kind of reeled her in. And it reminds me of men seeking women that have some sort of daddy issue and playing daddy to make you feel safe and secure. Because I know most women, we like to feel secure financially. We just like that secure feeling, the safe feeling. And it's a false sense of security because you want somebody young.
Okay. I see where you're coming from with that.
And then as soon as they get older, that's when it's like, okay, peace out. I'm gonna go do. I don't know. It's one of those things. For as long as I can remember, I can't agree. I have an age gap with my husband, and I still don't agree with age gaps. Okay. I feel like it's a way. It's like taking advantage. And there are people that do get married with large age gaps, and it's beautiful and it works. And at the same time, I see more bad from it because these people can't find somebody their age. That's one. Or two, they find somebody that's vulnerable and wants that connection with somebody older because they didn't grow up having that.
Okay.
Whether it's from a dad or mom, men with mommy issues or, women with daddy issues. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's a deeper meaning in that. And there's just something in there that gives me like the ick. I
get where you're coming from. I don't know. That's like, I feel
that's my personal opinion.
Do you find that you have that ick when the age gap is the man is older than the woman, or both ways?
I feel like it's more men.
Yeah.
But it's like I have my own issues with men that I don't trust them. So when I see a man, like I can't look at like a 19-year-old boy like, ooh, no, you're a child. Yeah. But when I see a man, like, oh, she's of age. Oh, she's legal now. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Nah, I got you.
Like that's a child, 19. Yeah, just because she's legal doesn't mean you should be, seeking somebody like that. Find somebody in your fresh 38-year-old age.
I get you.
I can see that. Yeah.
But again, I'm the mother of the group, and that's me coming as a mother. Like, no, that could be my daughter.
That's no legit. She literally like, no, you're that's legally called bullying, and you're not doing that.
All right, let's transition.
Okay.
So we got the situationship conversation.
That's a good one.
So like, I feel like situationship is a brand new word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't around back in the day.
Yeah, it used to be just you were just dating.
I feel like dating, I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
Messing around. Or
it is what it is.
It is what it is. We're talking.
We're friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits.
Yeah. Now it's a situation.
Situationship.
Well, so I kind of agree with that title, though, because it is a situation. Because you're... Friends with benefits still implies that everybody knows they're just friends and you just hook up every once in a while. Mm-hmm. When it becomes dicey is when you start doing relationship-y things. And then it gets turned into, well, hold on, we're just friends. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know friends would hold hands in cars as you're riding somewhere. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying.
It's not just friends with benefits. It's, the other extra stuff, the spend birthdays together or pay for trips or.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
I mean, with situationships, I don't know. I feel like but this is saying the situationship conversation. So is this like the conversation where I guess like we want to take it serious and we declare that it's a situationship? That's what I'm like, where is this
does that conversation ever really happen?
No, I think it's lack of communication that turns it into a situationship. Like if we were to sit down and say, okay, are we monogamous?
Am I your girl? Like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Are you only sticking it in me?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Savage.
I mean, I don't know. I've never, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm very direct. I've never really been in this type of situation. I don't know. But then again, like, I don't know if I ever did that to someone else. I don't know. This is tricky. A situationship conversation. I don't know. I feel like what are things that get in the way? Like, can you come back from a situationship situation? Can you be friends after? That's hard. You broke my heart. Like, what the hell? Can you?
I mean, so my marriage started off as a situationship.
Oh, shit.
Savage.
Now, I didn't go into details, but it did start off as like, it is what it is. Don't ask questions. I'm not gonna ask you questions.
Okay.
Spicy. And it is what it is. That was our thing. It is what it is.
Okay.
For a while.
What made you, Ash, wanna not be a situationship anymore?
It wasn't me.
Oh, shit.
Savage.
Oh.
That's why I don't want to get too deep into it.
Okay, fair.
It wasn't me because we were young, so I liked having fun. You know, I like to just get up and go, and it just kind of happened. It flowed into it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you hear my son in the background.
That's okay.
You're good, babe.
You're a mom.
I feel like I was in a lot of these situations when I was younger. Because I feel like I was trying to find myself. Like when I was like 19, 20, 21, this is what like it was happening. And I feel like I was in a situationship, I guess, with my first ex.
Yeah.
I dated him for 6 years. But every time we broke up and went back on, it always felt like a situationship, like type of situation. Like, are we serious? Are we not? And I feel like social media played a big role on that, you know, because I feel like it's always, because that's where you kind of see everything that's happening. Like, who are they adding? Whose picture did they like?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and like back then.
I was dating before social media.
Yeah.
Like, we were still on MySpace.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it was MySpace and Facebook.
Okay.
That was the thing. So I was like, for MySpace, it's like, yo, who's this new person in your top 8? Who is this person?
No, they had to add that person too.
Yo, like, who is this person? Or like, who's this person? DK, I'm just dropping by showing love. Who are you? Like, I don't know. It was always like those random situations for me.
So do you feel that social media has messed up our perception of what healthy and unhealthy is?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It gave us too much accessibility. Like, sliding into your DMs legit is that. Like, I'm going to slide into your DMs, and if you answer, then it's on. You know what I mean? For sure. The accessibility. Like, oh, you just posted this picture at 3 a.m. You're up. Hey.
Yeah. An ability to swipe it up into vanish mode doesn't help.
I've never used vanish mode. I've done it by accident, just fucking around my
I've done it by accident.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
So the message is, if somebody does that, it'll put it into vanish mode, and as soon as you read it, the message goes away.
It's fucking spicy.
I have someone who does that, and he's married, and I'm like, can you stop messaging me? I'm not doing this.
Savage.
That's one thing I will tell you. I will never, ever, ever.
That's wild.
Yeah. I will not be a side. So if you're married, don't fucking talk to me.
Yo, I wonder how like Instagram like approves these actions, you know? Because like vanish mode, it kind of sounds like a premature like Snapchat, because I feel like in the Snapchat conversations, they would go away. Like, I don't know. It's like, who approves these? Like, yo, you got to make Instagram more sneaky or I won't use it no more.
Savage.
It's just like wild. Like, it's just crazy.
I don't even have Snapchat. I met someone and they're like, what's your snap? They handed me their phone and they're like, here. And I'm like, what's this? He's like, what's your snap?
No shit.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? I walked away. I was like,
Savage.
no, absolutely not. I was like, no.
Snapchat.
Yahtzee.
Snapchat's for the hoes.
Oh,
Hoes.
I do not have Snapchat.
All right. I guess we could jump into the next topic. It's breakups. When do you know that it's over?
Savage.
I can answer that very easily.
How do you know, Sally?
When I can step out of a relationship, that's when I know it's over.
What you mean step out of the relationship?
When I am sexually attracted, emotionally attracted to someone else, I know it's over.
Okay. Fair. All right. That's hard for me. I feel like I really gotta. So that's fair because I really gotta be over someone to find someone else attractive. Because I always feel like you're cute, but then it's like baggage cute. Like I could talk to you, but it's like it just feels like extraness. It doesn't feel free.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, Ash, what are your clues? Like, how do you know something's over, or like you're just over something?
I know we have an agreement that if either one of us is unhappy for a full year and we have gone to therapy, we have tried to communicate, and we can't see eye to eye, if a full year goes like that, then that's when it's time to switch the therapy and start trying to find a healthy way to separate, find a healthy way to co-parent and to split our finances and to just break easily so that we're not cutting our kids with those sharp edges. So if a full year goes and we're not getting along, we're not having sex, we're not connecting how we used to connect and not having fun with one another, and we're always at each other's throats and angry, then we have to find a healthy way to separate. So it's like it's taking a step back from your emotions and realistically looking at the entire picture and saying, this doesn't work for me anymore.
Yeah.
Let's find a way to make it work as friends, because that's how we started, was friends.
Yeah.
And if we could go back to that and still co-parent and still, you know, I can still invite you to my home to have dinner. It's just that part of our lives is done. The romantic side is done.
Yeah.
So that's when we'll know. That's our agreement.
I think that's beautiful because that just shows the maturity level.
That's my son screams in the background.
But I think that's beautiful because a lot of times, and what I'm going through right now is that, you know, I spent almost 20 years with my ex, and you would think that I'm like the next closest thing to the devil in his eyes. So it's like, how can you feel that way about someone that you spent 20 years with?
Right. And I've seen that as a child growing up, and it's not a good feeling because the kids get put in the middle and
for real.
Internalize all that anger and they think it's on them. And it's just, I would never want that for my children.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we love them with everything inside of us. And for our issues to kind of trickle down to them, that's not something that's okay.
I love that. I really do love that about you guys.
For real.
Thank you.
That's dope. I want to be like Ash.
I know, right?
Be like Ash and her husband.
No, we go crazy with our kids in the background that we can't control.
Damn. How do I know something's over? Yo, you know how I know something's over in my book? When anything that you do annoys me. Like breathing could annoy me. Chewing. Yo, I swear to God, I'm not lying to y'all. I've sat down in a couch and watched someone like yo, and in my head I'm like, ugh, gross. I'm just like, yo, like, or like the worst is like when you smoke. I've been there where I've burned and I'm like, ew. I've been there. I swear to God, I've been there where I just like, I will look at you in disgust because I feel like I tolerated all those things because I liked you. Mm-hmm. And now I don't like you and like I'm seeing all this shit. I'm like, ew, you always chewed that loud? Or did you always breathe like that? Or like...
You mouth breather.
Do you always wear your clothes like that? Like you start seeing everything. Little thing, bro. And I've been there. Once I start feeling like that where I'm just like annoyed, I'm like, oh nah, this is over. I can't come back to this. I can't. All right, like, I don't know. Like, it's always something like that. It's always been like, that's how I know something's over in my book. Or when I could truly walk away. Because, see, I'm crazy. You say something wild to me, I'm going to engage. When I'm passionate and in love with you, I'm going to try to engage in an argument. Straight up. Just saying it out there. I'm really cool and calm and collected with my friends and shit. But when I'm in a passionate relationship, I will fucking go off. But when I stop going off and I'm just like, yo, that's when I know it's over. I'm just like, yo, I don't even care anymore. Like, cause like, I don't. Like, that's when, and it's hard. It takes me a while to get there. But when I'm there, it's done. Once I think you're nasty and once I think Once I don't give a fuck about you, like, oh, you want to go out with your friends? Cool. Period. All right, fine.
Have fun.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye. I don't care. I really don't. But that's my go-tos when something's over.
Yeah.
You know?
That part I know. I definitely know when it's time to go.
And I feel like, I guess just like one more question, like, I guess before we go. And I love, Ash, that you brought out like the green flags and stuff like that. I guess like word of advice. What do you feel like are positive things to do in a relationship when you're in a relationship to keep it alive?
You ask me this.
Yeah, I'm asking you, babe. You're married.
You're in the relationship.
And you got the best relationship advice right now. So I'm like, Ash, like, what would you say? Like, advice to other people, you know, to avoid toxic situations, you know? Like, what do you feel like is the keys to having a great relationship?
You have to know how to communicate. And in order to learn how to communicate, you have to practice the pause. Pause for 3 seconds to absorb what your spouse is saying, what your partner is saying.
Mm.
And sometimes, if you feel like you need to correct them, connect with them first.
Yeah.
Repeat what they just said to you so that they could tell that you understand what they just said. And then correct what needs to be corrected in your opinion.
Yeah.
Arguments are attacks. Communication is what clears things up. So we don't argue. When things start to get heated, it's just like, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Respect that I need a minute because I'm about to go off.
Okay.
And my crazy is too crazy. And I hate how I look. I hate how I feel afterwards. So I know to practice the pause. Practice the pause when you're feeling something, you know, negative. Practice the pause when they're trying to tell you something. And you could teach them how to do that by showing them.
Okay.
And then spending time. Sometimes we lock ourselves in a room and just sit and play cards. You know, because sometimes it's at these kids. We need some time away, you know, but I think quality time and communication. And I was just telling one of my clients the 3 things you work on in a marriage: communication, sex, and money. Those are the 3 things we argue about.
Okay.
If you master communication, you can speak about finances. You can speak about sex. You can tell your partner what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to communicate and comprehend, your foundation crumbles.
That's when like you're broke as shit. Like, yo, you can't talk about finances.
Savage.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to Ash dropping motherfucking gems,
Yes,
yo.
absolutely.
Out
Always,
here.
always.
Yes, let's go. All right. You know, it's not our show, but I feel like let's, you know, end this with a bang. You know, Sully, if you wanna give out your handle where
Sure.
people could find you, what you
guys,
got going on.
You can find me at Minx, and I'm officially on Spotify. So the Minx show is officially on Spotify, and my handle is MINDMINX on all platforms.
Let's go. Ash, what about you, baby?
Can find me on Instagram, Ash_Lazu, and Exposed with Ash. XPOSED with Ash. And this my podcast, the same name, Exposed with Ash.
Love that. Love that. Yes. And it's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, Queen of Spice. You can find me at Queen0F Spice in all platforms. The Mina Mendoza on YouTube. And yeah, friends, it's been a dope episode.
Yep.
It got serious. It got funny. A whole vibe.
We got to
first
shout
of
out
all, shout out to U-Go, this guy on the freaking television, on the hat.
on the hat.
Making this episode happen. Hopefully we made you proud. You know, I don't know.
U-Go
Going
boy.
after an episode where Chris Abalo was on. I don't know what. How do we top that?
How do we follow up?
Yo, for real.
How do we follow that
So
up?
hopefully, you know, we made you proud. Shout out to U-Go. Shout out to all the compliments. I feel like as a friend, we're proud of you. We want to see you keep going, keep growing. keep glowing, and all that.
Love Ugo.
Yes, love Ugo, and also shout out to Bravery Studios too.
Oh, how cute.
Let's go. All right, friends. Any last goodbyes before we go?
Love you all.
And let's go. Bye, guys.
I don't care about the top 10, the top 5, or who the best is. Money straight, my fam straight, I'm George straight, that's Texas. Angel wings on a Lambo, praise the Lord, that's a blessing. Bentley truck like Lex Luger, yeah nigga, I'm flexing. I'm Richard Sherman, I back it up. And your mama, I stack it up. Hey Bobby, yo Gotti, swear to God, I rack it up. Still Jersey, that's all day. You go, boy. Yahtzee.